Hey my people, today I want to talk about how to achieve your home ownership dream. The first thing you need to start with is a plan. Do you have a plan? How are you going to get there? Sometimes you hear people say, oh, I want to own my own home, I want an investment property. I would love to have 3 properties one day to rent for Airbnb. If you do not have a plan, you're planning to fail. So for me, when I decided to buy this property, I already owned 2 other properties, and I sat down and I said to myself, okay, I would like to live somewhere that's gated, because where I was living before was not gated, and I had to determine how was I going to be able to execute buying this property. So I started, writing down, making my notes, saying to myself, okay, this is the type of property I would want. Planning allows you to focus, right? It allows you to really get down to the detail of exactly what you want. Do you want a 2-bedroom, a 3-bedroom? Is a 1-bedroom sufficient for you? All those things you really need to be figuring out before you start the process of searching for a house. You need a plan. It needs to be realistic, guys. You can, for example, making $100,000 a month and going after a property that is going to cost you $150,000 a month in mortgage. That doesn't make any sense. You have to ensure that what you're looking for is realistic, and you need to start from somewhere. After you've made your plans, people, you have to work the plan. You cannot just write it down on paper. You cannot just get up every day and say, I want a house, I want an investment property, I want a piece of land, I want this, without working it. It's not going to happen by magic. It's not just going to fall from the sky like manna and show up and drop on your lap and you'll be like, yeah, I can get this, I have this now. You have to work the plan. When I was looking property, I worked my plan. And one of the main parts of working my plan was, 1, continuously searching. I search high, I search low, I look all over in the areas that I was willing to live, and to see if there was anything that were within my expectations. First, I was saying, okay, you know what? Based on what I envision for myself, I want land, right? So I start first by searching land. So I'm gonna tell you something. I went somewhere in Spanish Town to look at land. I think Greendale, the place name. But guys, all I know, the land was a nice size land space, but it was beside a cemetery. Dufcott and Meadows, I think, is up that area. And I saw the land, I was excited, but I went home that night and I had just the worst dream ever about being there, living there, and all the funerals and everything happening, and I seen all different kind of dopey in my dream, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, right there is not for me. Kudos to the people who can live close to it, but I couldn't live close to it. So I decided that I did not want to live there. But I was actively working the plan. I was actively looking. I was looking on real estate websites. I was looking in the paper. I was searching the news. I was actively looking, because a part of the plan is being able to identify the property, right? The next thing I did was to determine, how am I going to save for this? How am I going to acquire the money that I need to buy? So I started to become very strict on my spending. I was saving before, but I'm telling you, I got super intense. And you guys have heard me mention Dave Ramsey on this channel before, and I just dialed into Dave Ramsey. I wanted to just absorb everything he had about how to save money, and I just applied those principles to my life, and I'm telling you, in a year and change, it made a huge difference in terms of having enough of a deposit to pay for a property when one was finally available. If you have the money already to make a deposit, it doesn't hurt to add more. The more deposit you go into the purchase of a home with, the better off it is for you, because it means the less mortgage you'll pay, right? So the more your deposit, less mortgage, less expenses in terms of paying back a monthly payment. Once you have that in place, you're actively searching, you're actively saving, stay motivated. I mean, it can be a bit daunting trying to find somewhere ideal for yourself, whether it's a house you're purchasing or a piece of land you want to buy. It can be daunting. For me, one of the things that I was challenged with was the fact that I just couldn't find nowhere. I couldn't find no property to live. I couldn't find anything that would meet my standards in terms of having enough land to build. It was just really challenging, you know, when NHT came out with solutions. I tell people, buying an NHT home, a home that is constructed by NHT, those scheme houses, it's like a long service award, right? So if you're looking towards NHT to say, okay, when NHT sells something, you are going to be able to buy one. Unless you have been contributing for years upon years upon years upon years, you are not going to be in the lot to get these homes, unless we're talking about, you know, like the super expensive apartments that came out on Ruthven Road, you know, close to the New Kingston area. So stay encouraged, you know, ensure that you are speaking to like-minded people who will encourage you on the journey, right? Because honestly, some persons, they're Debbie Downers. They never have anything positive to say. They never have anything of value to tell you in terms of what it is you're going for, and, you know, just recommending, you know, stay with it, work towards getting your home. And, you know, this is what this channel is all about, right? How to encourage all of you to achieve your goal of, you know, home ownership or buying a new property. So constantly stay encouraged. Watch videos on YouTube. I did a lot of that. I would just go on YouTube, watch other homeowners, watch people construct their homes. You know, that kept me motivated as well. And of course, put God in the midst of all of it. Pray, ask for his direction and his guidance in terms of making this dream happen. So one significant piece of advice I will give you, see, once that property comes on board, don't wait. Listen to me. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. If you find something that meets your needs, don't wait too long to jump and get it. Because let me tell you something, when I heard about this property, I was like stalking Gore people. I was on their website, I was calling them, I was trying to figure out, you know, when are you starting? And once I got that communication to say, hey, they're ready, when I went to that office to choose my lot, the opening to choose the lot was supposed to be 8 a.m. the Saturday morning. I was given advice not to wait, and I got there 3:30 a.m. You hear what I say? 8 a.m. I got there 3:30 a.m. When I got there at 3:30, there were 20 persons ahead of me. So there were 20 persons already waiting there before 3 a.m. in the morning, and Gore scheduled to start at 8. When Gore finally came, and because we were all in the parking lot adding our names to a list, when the representatives from Gore finally came, by 9 o'clock, all the houses in phase 1 were done, and they had started to take the list for those persons who wanted to buy in phase 2. That's what happened. So similarly how I was waiting, there were many people waiting as well. So I say this to say, similarly how you are waiting, whatever property or whatever your dream is, other people are waiting as well. So once you find something that you really like, that is within your expectations and the goals that you have, don't wait. Jump on it. You have the money, jump on it. If it's a reputable institution, make sure you do your research, of course. Make sure that you dot all your I's and cross all your T's, but don't procrastinate, because it costs you in the end. When I bought this property, they were being sold for 11 million. Now they're being sold for 17 million. In less than 5 years, the cost of the property went up by 6 million. So when I said don't wait, don't wait. And I hear people say, oh, you know, I didn't know about it from they came out with the first phase, but even though they knew about it, they didn't do anything. So that in itself cost them 5-6 million more, because some of them eventually bought in the later phase. All right. So those are my tips for you today. Remember, if you want to learn more from me, be on this journey with me, please go ahead and subscribe. And if you like the video, why not hit the like button. Take care.